thought I'd start a series of Sabbath messages. The Sabbath being Saturday or Friday night through to Saturday night. Not the Lord's Day, Sunday. So our roots in the Hebrew tradition give this to be the day of rest. And here's a message to warm the cockles of your heart, whatever the cockles of your heart are, on this day of rest. I don't come to you today as someone strong or righteous or rich or powerful. I come to you as a broken vessel. I've lost two fathers. I've lost two fathers over the last 3 months. My own dad on November the 14th, 2025, and my stepfather died on the 31st of January this year. So I'm learning what it's like to be without a human father. So I come to you not as an orphan, but as bereaved, broken, bashed up in a pretty bad way. And that's such good news. Why is it good news? Because blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. It's no good bringing a full vessel to God. He won't fill it. If you want to be filled by God, filled by peace, by love, by joy, you have to be empty. Studying this morning, something that my companion said really made me laugh. One of my favourite stories, I'll tell you two stories, one to put it in context. So Isaiah, the priest from royal lineage, has a vision of the throne room of heaven with the Lord high and lifted up. And when he sees the glory of God, whose train, his robe fills the temple, all smoke and light, he says, "Woe to me, I am undone. I am a man of unclean lips, and I come from a people who are unclean." And I feel that should be our response in the current situations, whether it's former royal members of the former members of the royal family, great gurus like Deepak Chopra, possibly in trouble. You know, all this stuff is coming to light. This uncleanness through the Epstein bomb, boom. And it's good. It's good. And Isaiah recognized in the presence of purity, holiness, of goodness, that he was unclean. And then something wonderful happens. One of the cherubs, not the sort of cute things that you see in Botticelli, one of the cherubs takes a flaming coal with tongs from the altar on which the blood had been spilt of sacrifice. Takes a flaming coal, he touches it to Isaiah's lips. He said, "I made you clean." And this is the opposite to what the religious world thinks. The religious world thinks that a little bit of sin messes up your whole day, and then a more generous donation of sin in your life, $1 per sin, ruins your whole life. And in a sense, there's a truth to that. But the greater truth is that God's holiness is stronger than your uncleanness. If you're feeling impure or filthy, all of us have got filthy mouths. Stuff that comes through from our lips is just like, we all need cleansing. And so God's holiness is strong enough to cleanse us. Holiness drives out uncleanness. It's wonderful. And if you think that's wonderful, fasten your seatbelts, because it's about to get 100 times better. We move to Jesus, and he's walking through the land, and a man comes and falls at his feet, a leper. He worships Jesus, and he says, "Lord, if you are willing, you can make me clean. And in one of the most exciting moments in salvation history, Jesus reaches out his hand. He says yes with his hand. He touches the leper. And he says, I am willing, be made clean. And immediately, the leprosy left that man. He was made whole. So if you're feeling wretched today in any way whatsoever, or even just down, Jesus says to you, as if through my lips now, I'm looking at the camera and I'm looking at you, I am willing. Be made whole. That's for you. It's for me as well. And I'm only the vessel, a damaged, cracked, broken, grieving, sad, powerless vessel. And yet, after the sadness and the cracks and all that stuff, after all the badness has gone, there will be gladness, the oil of gladness. After the tears have been shed, there will be joy. After the fear, there will be faith and love and peace. So if you need uplifting today, look to him. All this came out through the story of Abraham's sacrifice of Isaac, potentially, on the Mount of Moriah, which is probably the same mountain that Jesus was crucified on. And God asked Abraham to take his most precious answer to prayer and lay it on the altar. He said, take your son, your only son, your beloved son, and sacrifice him on the mountain I will show you. Very, very strange, isn't it? And Abraham, we know, considered him faithful, who asked him to do this, and considered him well able to raise Isaac from the dead. This is crucial in terms of theology. Listen to my language there, crucial, as of the cross. And Abraham obeyed. His faith was demonstrated by his actions. And as he's about to slay his son, the voice of the angel comes and says, don't do it. I've seen now that you really get it. You don't hold on to anything else but me. And from that we get the divine name Yahweh Yireh. On the mountain of the Lord it will be provided. But here's the thing. How many of us get absolutely focused on God's hands? The hand of provision, the hand of healing, the hand that says I'm willing, being made clean, and forget him up here. And I'm going to be a little bit rude for a moment, because when you're a boy growing up and girls become attractive, you may have had a lovely girl in your life say to you, hey, I'm up here. I will say no more than that, but it's pretty much the same with God. We get focused on him as the divine vending machine. And he says, hey, I'm up here, look to my face. Keith Green said, Lord, you're beautiful. Your face is all I seek, for when your eyes are on this child, your grace abounds to me. Have a blessed Sabbath. Shabbat Shalom.
Stood at sacred distance, with torn clothes and a mournful cry. Unclean, unclean was his existence, too contaminated to draw nigh.
But one approached who knew no sin, who saw the wound, not just the sore, and reached right through the space between what happened then, oh, what occurred.
Oh, contagious love of Jesus. Not that sin could taint the Son, not that sin could taint the Son, but that His wholeness reaches to us. We are cleansed when He is done. Oh, contagious love. Oh, contagious love. The holy touched the unclean place and left behind amazing grace.
Isaiah saw the throne high lifted and cried, I am undone, undone. He thought his unclean lips would perish before the glory of the One.
But from the altar, fiery coal was taken by a seraph's hand. It touched his mouth and made him whole, not burning but a command. Oh, contagious love of Jesus. Not that sin could taint the Son, not that sin could taint the Son, but that His wholeness reaches to us. We are cleansed when He is done. Oh, contagious love. Oh, contagious love.
The coal from heaven's altar came
And touched my lips and burned my shame. Oh, the Lord declared the clean and unclean, with the walls between that none could cross. The unclean made the clean unclean. That was the certain dreadful cause. But when the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, He touched the grave, He touched the tomb, and death itself. Oh, hear this chorus, could not keep Him in its womb. Oh, contagious love, Jesus. Not that sin could taint the Son, not that sin could taint the Son, but that His wholeness reaches to us. We are cleansed when He is done. Oh, contagious love. Oh, contagious love. He touched the grave and walked away. Death became unclean that day.
So bring your leprosy, dear brother. Bring your uncleanness, bring your shame. Bring the emptiness you've tried to cover. Bring the wounds too deep to name.
The Holy One is still not threatened by all the filth that we possess. He touches us and we are cleansed, and He remains
Unchanged, but
we are blessed. Not that sin could taint the Son, not that sin could taint the Son, but that His wholeness reaches to us. We are cleansed when He is done. Oh, contagious love. Oh, contagious love.
I am empty, but He is
He
willing.
touches me and I am filling. Lord, if You are willing, I am willing. Be clean. Contagious love. Contagious love. Contagious